learn more of Johnny Green the musician as our concert progresses. But I see that the lights here at the bowl are once again flickering, signifying the end of this intermission. So here again is Jack Little to tell you about the remainder of this Rodgers and Hammerstein concert.
Thank you, Marvin Miller, for that portrait in words of Johnny Green. I really think you summed it up very well when you said he was just Johnny to everyone that knew him, and really a wonderful guy. The orchestra is already on stage, waiting for Johnny Green to make his appearance with the soloist, and in just a few moments, the second half of Symphonies Under the Stars will begin. Now, here are Muriel Maxwell, Marina Koshetz, and Robert Rounsville making their appearance, followed by Johnny Green. Ah, yes, and now here comes Robert Merrill, just a bit late, of course, and smiling brightly. Better late than never. Our soloists are taking their seats, and Johnny Green signals to the orchestra that he's ready. Now here is the overture to Rodgers and Hammerstein's latest success, one of the greatest musicals ever to play on Broadway, South Pacific. This arrangement by Robert Russell Bennett. Johnny Green has just conducted the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra in the overture from Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein's South Pacific. With music like that, it's really no wonder theater goers have been flocking to see that show. The next portion of this program will be devoted to music from the motion picture State Fair, also written by Mr. Words and Mr. Music. It's a warm evening here in Hollywood, and Johnny Green is taking a few seconds out to mop his brow. He's really been working tonight. What a great concert this is. I hope that you overseas are enjoying it as much as we are in our little booth off stage. Now Johnny's ready again, and here is Miss Marina Koshetz stepping center stage to sing It Might As Well Be Spring.
The things I used to like, I don't like anymore. I want a lot of other things I never had before. It's just like Mother said. I sit around and more, pretending I'm wonderful. And knowing I must go. I'm as restless as a willow in a windstorm. I'm as jumpy as the fastest of the stream. I say that I have fever, but I know it isn't spring. I'm starry-eyed and begging discontented, like the nightingale without a song to sing. Oh, why should I have spring fever when it isn't even spring? I keep wishing I were somewhere else, walking down a strange street, hearing words that I have never heard from a man I've yet to meet. I'm as busy as a spider spinning daydream. I'm as busy as a baby on a swing. I haven't seen a prophet in a long time, or I've been on a wing. Oh, but I feel so good in a melancholy way that it might as well be spring. It's keep wishing I were somewhere else, walking down a strange street, hearing words that I have never heard from a man I've yet to meet. I'm as busy as a spider spinning daydream. I'm as busy as a baby on a swing. I haven't seen a cross, a rose heart, or
Koshetz has just sung It Might As Well Be Spring. Listen to that hand she's giving. She bows to the audience, turns to Johnny Green, who smiles and nods his approval. She bows again to the audience, and Miss Koshetz returns to center stage, and again nods and blows a kiss to the audience. Now she takes her seat again, and our concert is ready to continue. Tenor Robert Ronsville takes the place of Miss Koshetz at the microphone center stage. In just a moment, we'll be heard singing That's For Me, also from the film State Fair.
You have just heard That's For Me from the Rodgers and Hammerstein Hollywood success State Fair. Robert Ronsville is acknowledging the applause of the audience and now turns to shake hands with conductor Johnny Green. The final song from State Fair is truly a production number from the word go. Muriel Maxwell and Robert Merrill join with the chorus and orchestra in It's a Grand Night for Singing. Robert Merrill, Muriel Maxwell, and the Roger Wagner Chorale have concluded this portion of our program dedicated to music from State Fair with its A Grand Night for Singing. And by listening to the response from this audience, it's proof enough that they all agree. Robert Merrill and Muriel Maxwell have both turned to Johnny Green, who accepts their thanks very graciously. Our soloists are seated once again, and Johnny Green is preparing to direct the orchestra in the final portion of tonight's concert. I think I have just a few moments to tell you a little about the next Rodgers Hammerstein show to be honored tonight. Oklahoma opened at the St. James Theater on March 31st in the year 1943, and on the next morning was acclaimed by critics as the greatest musical of all time. In the years that followed, Oklahoma was looked on not just as a good Broadway musical, but as part of the permanent literary and musical heritage of America. The records set by Oklahoma are so great that it's doubtful whether another musical will come near them, unless, of course, it is Rodgers and Hammerstein's current show, South Pacific. Could be. And now Johnny Green is ready, and here is Orchestral Suite from Oklahoma, arranged by Robert Russell Bennett. Johnny Green has accepted the acclaim of the audience and is now thanking the orchestra for their part in the orchestral suite. That was really beautiful, and 18,000 more satisfied people you've never seen. We hope you enjoyed it, too. This audience is really getting a full evening of wonderful music here at Hollywood Bowl, and I'm hoping that we'll receive many, many letters from you, the listeners overseas, addressed to Hollywood Bowl, Armed Forces Radio, Los Angeles, USA. I know the artists on tonight's show would appreciate hearing from you. This next selection from Oklahoma should be appropriate for many of you listeners because, as I've explained before, although it is evening here in Hollywood, it might very easily be morning where you're assembled. Robert Merrill and the Roger Wagner Chorale sing, "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning."
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, the cattle are standing like statues. Oh, the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, the sounds of the earth are like music. Oh, the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day.
That was really great. A wonderful presentation of Oh, What a Beautiful Morning by Robert Merrill and the Roger Wagner Chorale. Music from Rodgers and Hammerstein's Oklahoma continues with Robert Merrill again singing, this time, The Surrey with the Fringe on Top.
When I take you out tonight with me, honey, here's the way it's gonna be. You will sit behind a team of snow-white horses in the slickest gig you'll ever see. Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry when I take you out in the Surrey. When I take you out in the Surrey with a fringe on top. Watch that fringe and see how it flutters when I drive those high-stepping strutters. Nosy folks will peek through the shutters and their eyes will pop. The wheels are yellow, the upholstery's brown, the dashboard's genuine leather. With eyes and glass curtains you can roll right down in case there's a change in the weather. Two bright side lights winking and blinking, ain't no finer rig I'm a-thinking. You can keep your rig if you're thinking that I take a flop for that shiny little Surrey with a fringe on the top. Now, would you say the fringe was made of silk? Wouldn't have no other kind of silk. Has it really got a team of snow-white horses? One's like snow, the others more like milk. All the world will fly in a flurry when I take you out in the Surrey, when I take you out in the Surrey with a freedom heart. When we hit that road, hell for leather, cats and dogs who dance in the heather, birds and frogs will all sing together, and the toads will harp, the wind will whistle as we rattle along, the cows will moo in the clover, the river will ripple out a whispered song, and whisper it over and over. Don't you wish you'd go on forever? Don't you wish you'd go on forever? Don't you wish you'd go on forever and it never stops in that shiny little flurry with a fringe on the top?
Robert Merrill has really stopped the show with his singing of The Fairy with the Fringe on Top. He bows to the audience, now bows to Johnny Green. Johnny nods and smiles. Listen to that applause. No, they won't let him return to his seat. They just keep him bowing at center stage. Robert Merrill, one of the most popular baritones in the country, has done it again tonight at Hollywood Bowl. A wonderful performance by a wonderful guy. Well, now things have quieted down a bit, and Johnny Green seems to be ready to get on with the music. Muriel Maxwell is next. She sings with the chorus at this point. Another beautiful ballad by Mr. Words and Mr. Music. The song is Out of My Dreams. You have just heard Muriel Maxwell and the chorus singing Out of My Dreams from Oklahoma. Miss Maxwell bows to the audience, a very lovely young lady, and she is now very graciously bowing to the chorus. That was really fine. We like that young lady. She's a great singer. Now, soprano soloist Marina Koshetz and tenor Robert Ronsville are featured in this next selection from Oklahoma. With Johnny Green conducting the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra, here is the tune, People Will Say We're in Love.
Why do they think up stories that link my name with you?
Why do the neighbors chatter all day behind their doors?
I know a way to prove what they say is right or true. Here is the gift of practicality of joy for you. Good things that what please my soul God love and my joy people will say
Don't sigh and gaze at me. Your eyes are full like mine. Your eyes mustn't glow like mine. People will say we're in love. Sweetheart, there's a birth in me. People will say we're in love. Some people claim that you are as much to blame as I. Why do you take the trouble to bake my favorite pie? Granting your wish, I found out a little time. But please, just keep aside of all the advice you give. Oh, don't praise my tongue too much. Don't look so vain with me. Don't stand in the rain with me. People will say we're in love. Don't keep your hand in mine. Your hand feels so grand in mine. People will say we're in love.
Just ride all night with me till the stars fade from above.
Their peace is so right with me. Let us
Marina Koshetz and Robert Rounsville bow to the audience after singing People Will Say We're in Love. A great song now. The applause continues now as the soloists again bow to the audience, now to each other, and now they turn and bow to Johnny Green. A beautiful melody done very well by Miss Koshetz and Mr. Rounsville during this night at the Hollywood Bowl. As the finale on tonight's concert, Johnny Green and the entire ensemble bring us the title song from the truly great musical, Oklahoma. This should be an experience. Our soloists have gathered at center stage, and now they turn to Johnny Green, which is a sign of their readiness. Johnny turns to the orchestra, raises his baton, and here is Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down a plain, and the waving weeds can sure smell sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain. Oklahoma, every night, my honey lamb and I sit alone and talk and watch a hawk making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. And when we say, yeah, we're only saying you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, okay.
The United States Armed Forces Radio Service proudly presents Symphonies Under the Stars from Hollywood Bowl, a concert series rebroadcast to our servicemen and women overseas in cooperation with the Hollywood Bowl Association.
Good evening. This is Jack Little speaking to you from our little booth off stage at Hollywood Bowl, world-famous outdoor amphitheater. Approximately 18,000 people are assembled here awaiting the start of tonight's concert. More are still making their way down famous Pepper Tree Lane to their seats. This series of concerts, which is being rebroadcast overseas, is appropriately called Symphonies Under the Stars. And on this beautiful summer evening, the stars are quite in evidence. This may sound strange to you, as variance in time may have this program on the air in your area at a different time of day and at a different season of the year. But at least here tonight in Hollywood Bowl, it's a beautiful summer evening. As you hear in the background, the orchestra is already on stage. So without further ado, I would like to present your host for this evening, representing Dr. Carl Wecker, General Manager of the Hollywood Bowl Association, one of the busiest men in Hollywood, our very good friend, Mr. Marvin Miller.
Thank you, Jack. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a great pleasure to welcome you to Hollywood Bowl. Our Symphonies Under the Stars program tonight is one that has caused a great deal of comment here in Southern California, and I'm sure will arouse the interest of our listeners throughout the world. Featured is music by the composer team of Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein II, affectionately known on Broadway as Mr.'s Words and Music. For more than 20 years, each of these men has been turning out hit shows. Rodgers, in collaboration with his former partner, the late Lawrence Hart, did Connecticut Yankee, On Your Toes, I Married an Angel, Pal Joey, and others. While to the credit of Oscar Hammerstein are such great hits as Rosemarie, Desert Song, Sunny, and Showboat. Dozens of their songs are standards, played constantly on the radio, in nightclubs, on jukeboxes everywhere. When these men decided to join their talents, it was a musical marriage made in heaven, because the music they have produced has become part of musical Americana. This evening we will hear some of their finest melodies, from Allegro, Carousel, State Fair, Oklahoma, and of course their latest, South Pacific. The Hollywood Bowl Symphony Orchestra will be under the baton of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's musical director, Johnny Green. And as soloists, we have Marina Koshetz, soprano, Robert Merrill, baritone, Muriel Maxwell, mezzo-soprano, Robert Rounceville, tenor, and the Roger Wagner chorale. Well, I see the lights of this great amphitheater are now dimming, and our concert is about ready to begin. So here again is your announcer, Jack Little.
Thank you, Marvin. Our host will return during intermission with a portrait and words of our conductor and composer in his own right, Johnny Green. The spotlight is on the entrance to stage left, where Johnny will make his appearance. And here he is now. He makes his way to the podium, greeted by some 18,000 people here at the Bowl. Johnny Green bows to the audience and now faces the orchestra, ready to conduct them in the first selection of this Rodgers and Hammerstein concert. His baton is raised, the orchestra gives him their attention, and here is the overture from the Broadway musical, Allegro. Johnny Green has acknowledged the applause of this great audience, the largest of the season to date, and has retired to the wings. He'll return in just a few moments with our soloist to continue with Symphonies Under the Stars. The many latecomers are now winding their way through the bowl to their seats, and the lights have been turned up to make their unenviable task a bit simpler. This first portion of the program this evening features music from the Rodgers-Hammerstein success Allegro. When our concert continues, you will hear Marina Koshetz and Robert Merrill singing A Fellow Needs a Girl, then the chorus and orchestra in One Foot, Other Foot. Miss Koshetz will then sing Come Home, followed by Muriel Maxwell, who will give her impression of the hit song So Far. Robert Ronsville and the chorus will then conclude the music from Allegro with the tune You Are Never Away. And now the lights are dimming once more. In just a moment, Johnny Green and the soloist will make their appearance. Here they are now. They make their way across stage, greeted by the audience. The soloists are seating themselves to the right of the podium. Johnny Green bows to the audience now. And we're ready to continue with the music from Allegro. First, Robert Merrill and Marina Koshetz sing A Fellow Needs a Girl.
A fellow needs a girl who sits by his side at the end of a weary day, who sits by his side and listens to his thoughts and agree with the things he'll say. A fellow needs a girl who holds in his arms when the rest of his world goes wrong, who hold in his arms and know that he believes that a fellow is wise and strong. When things go right and his job's well done, he wants to share the prize he's won. If no one shares and no one shares, where's the fun of a job well done? For the prize you won. A fellow needs a home, his own kind of
Robert Merrill and Marina Koshetz have just presented A Fellow Needs a Girl. And now we hear from the Roger Wagner Chorale, one of the greatest in the business, in our opinion. I think you're going to enjoy hearing them. They sing One Foot, Other Foot. Johnny Green has the attention of the orchestra and is now ready to continue with the music from Allegro.
Now you can go wherever you want, wherever you want to go. One foot out and the other foot out, that's all you need to know. Now you can do whatever you want to do. Here you are in a wonderful world, and especially made for you, especially made for you. Now you can march around the yard, up to all the neighborhood, tell the folks you're feeling good, up to go and quite feel good. Now you can in the neighborhood, race the bird around the tree. You can make a bumblebee. One is enough to make a few. Now you can play among the flowers, grab yourself a hunk of dirt, put it on your mother's head. That little dirt won't hurt a bit. One foot, other foot, one foot, other foot. Now you can do whatever you want to do. Where you are in a wonderful world, especially made for you, especially made for you. Especially made for you. For now you can walk, you got yourself to walk, you puzzle it out yourself, and now you can walk. One foot, other foot, one foot, other foot, one foot, other foot, one foot, other foot. Now you can go wherever you want to go. One foot out and the other foot out, one foot out and the other foot out, one foot out and the other foot out, and the world belongs to God.
A very fine choral group, conducted by Roger Wagner. I should say very good-looking choral group, too, when I look at the feminine members of the chorus, have just sung One Foot, Other Foot. In this next selection to be heard, Marina Koshetz returns to the solo microphone, and Johnny Green raises his baton for Come Home.
Come home, where the brown birds fly, through a pale blue sky, to a tall, green
slightly after his great audience, acknowledging their applause. She bows, returns to her seat beside the podium. And now Muriel Maxwell, our mezzo-soprano, makes her appearance at center stage as she sings the beautiful hit song, So Far. Lovely Muriel Maxwell, winner of the Hollywood Bowl Young Artist Audition, is receiving a great ovation, a well-deserved one. A wonderful job she did of singing So Far. This little girl can go a long ways. Tenor Robert Ronsville, fresh from a New York engagement where he sang the leading roles in various operas, will conclude the music from the show Allegro. He is joined by the Roger Wagner Chorale and sings You Are Never Away.
Home in my heart. There is never a day when you don't play a part in a word that I say, or a sight that I see. You are never away, and I'll never be free. You're the smile on my face, you're the song that I sing, you're a rainbow I chase on a morning in spring. You're a star in the lace of a wild willow tree, in the green leafy lace of a wild willow tree. But tonight you're no star, nor a song that I sing. In my arms where you are sweeter than spring. In my arms where you are, clinging closely to me, you are lovelier by far than I dreamed you would be. You are lovelier, my darling, than I dreamed you could be. But tonight you're the song, you're a song that I sing. In my arms where you are sweeter. In my arms where you are, clinging closely to me, you are lovelier by far than I dreamed you could be. You are lovelier, my darling, than I dreamed you could be.
Robert Rounsville and the chorus have just concluded the first portion of our Symphonies Under the Stars concert with You Are Never Away from the Rodgers and Hammerstein show Allegro. May I say that the music you have heard was received with a great deal of enthusiasm by this vast audience. You know, people usually go to a musical show to laugh, and they gauge their enjoyment by the number of times they do laugh. But when people saw the musical Carousel, they cried, and not because they weren't enjoying it either. To Mr. Words and Mr. Music, hovering at the rear of the theater, the sounds of sniffling was very gratifying, because they had accomplished something special, something different, something they had been striving for a long, long time. Yes, in spite of tragedy, Carousel made an evening more glad than sad, because the music was something that will continue to be in the minds of theater goers for a long, long time to come. Really great music. Johnny Green, who left the stage following the music from Allegro, is now making his appearance to direct the orchestra in the second portion of this evening's concert, which, as you probably already realize, will be devoted to the music from Carousel. An expectant hush falls over the audience now, and here is the waltz, scored for symphony orchestra by Don Walker.
Johnny Green has just conducted the Hollywood Bowl Symphony Orchestra in the waltz from Carousel. Our concert continues with a song that swept the country soon after the Broadway show opened. Miss Marina Koshetz and the chorus sing, June is bustin' out all over.
Like a lion, whipping up the water in the bay. Then April's wide and stepped outside, and along came pretty little May. May was full of promises, but he didn't keep them quick enough for some. And a crowd of talking Thomases was insisting that the summer never come.
But it comes like guns, you can feel it comes, you can feel it in your arms, you can feel it in the clouds, you can feel it in the trees, you can feel it in the streets. Look around, look around, look around!
June is busting out all over the meadow and the hill. But they're busting out in bushes, and the rottenners are pushing all the little wheels that wheel beside a mill.
June is busting out all over!
The feeling is getting so intense that the young Virginia sleepers have been hugging the three sleepers out of all the morning glories on the field because it's
busting out with her.
Nothing fun like Brother Junior.
And my sister's even loonier.
And Mama is kissing it with her.
Busting out all over!
Today is another day in court. Not the sister kept it angry just because the captain's hands are for a comfort they can only get in court. Because it's every lady kept his witness that a man would come and grab her by the tail.
June is busting out all over!
The sheep won't sleeping anymore. All the rams that chase the Uzies are determined they'll be Uzies, and the Uzies aren't even sleeping soon.
Marina Koshetz is getting a wonderful ovation for her presentation of June is Bustin' Out All Over. She bows to the audience and now bows to Johnny Green, who steps down from the podium to congratulate her. That was really fine. Now we're ready for more music from Carousel. Ready for more music from Carousel. Tenor Robert Ronsville will be featured singing If I Loved You.
I love you today.
Robert Ronsdale is bowing to the audience as they have shown their approval of his fine performance. He nods to Johnny Green, bows again to the audience, and now takes his seat again to the right of the podium. The next selection to be heard from Carousel was one of the highlights of this truly great musical on Broadway. Miss Muriel Maxwell and the Roger Wagner Chorale are featured as they sing, You'll Never Walk Alone. magnificent presentation of the song I'll Never Walk Alone by Muriel Maxwell and the Roger Wagner Chorale. Truly a highlight of this great Rodgers and Hammerstein night here at Hollywood Bowl. Miss Maxwell has a bright smile on her face, grateful for the acclaim she is receiving. Mark it down in your little book. Miss Muriel Maxwell is going to be a great singer. Our concert continues with another unforgettable selection from the show Carousel. It is perhaps the most dramatic piece of music ever to come from a Broadway show. Robert Merrill sings the famous Soliloquy.
I wonder what he'll think of me. I guess he'll call me the old man. I guess he'll think I can lick every other fella's father well I can. I bet that he'll turn out to be the spitting image of his dad, but he'll have more common sense than his pudding-headed father ever had. I'll teach him to wrestle and dive through a wave when we go in the morning for a swim. His mother can teach him the way to behave, but she won't make a sissy out of him. Not him, not my boy, not him. My boy Bill, I will see that he's named after me. I will. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Bill, like a tree, he'll stand with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No pot-bellied baggy, I bully'll boss him around. I don't give a damn what he does, as long as he does what he likes. He can sit on his tail or work on a rail with a hammer and spike. He can ferry a boat on a river, or pedal a pack on his back, or work up and down the streets of a town with a whip and a horse and a hack. He can haul a scow along the canal, or run a cow around a corral, or maybe bark for a carousel. Of course it takes talent to do that well. He might be the champ of the heavyweight, or a fella that sells you glue, or president of the United States. That'd be all right too. His mother would like that, but he wouldn't be president unless he wanted to be. Not Bill. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Bill, like a tree he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. Hey, why am I taking on like this? My kid ain't even been born yet. I can see him when he's 17 or so, and starting in to go with a girl. I can give him lots of pointers, very sound, on the way to get round any girl. I can tell him. Wait a minute. Could it be? What the hell? What if he is a girl? Oh, no. Bill. Oh, Bill. What would I do with her? What can I do for her? A bum with no money. You can't have fun with a son, but you gotta be a father. Ooh, girl. She mightn't be so bad at that. A kid with ribbons in her hair, a kind of neat and petite little tintype of her mother. What a pair! When I have a daughter, I'll stand around and borrow. Oh, how I'll boast and blow. Friends will see me coming and empty all the barroom. Through every door they'll go. Weary of hearing day after day the same old thing that I always say. My little girl, pink and white as peaches and cream is she. My little girl is African as bright as girls are meant to be. Dozens of boys pursue her, many a likely lad does what he can to woo her from her faithful dad. She has a few pink and white young fellas at 2 and 3, but my little girl gets hungry every night, and she comes home to me. I gotta get ready before she comes. I gotta make certain that she won't be brought up in slums with a lot of bums like me. She's gotta be sheltered and fed and dressed in the best that money can buy. I never knew how to get money. Come on, I'll try. Oh, God, I'll try. I'll go out and make it, or steal it, or take me for joy.
Not only the audience, but the orchestra, too, is joining in the plaudits, as is conductor Johnny Green. And those of us here in the booth also add our salute to Robert Merrill for a magnificent performance of Soliloquy. Johnny Green steps down from the podium to congratulate Mr. Merrill. He's a great guy, Robert Merrill, too, and he really sang that well. The applause continues, and here's Johnny Green motioning the other soloists to stand. The chorus now rises to Johnny Green's signal, and so the audience. Now, after having everyone else take their credits, Johnny Green finally bows to the audience. He's really a wonderful guy. The applause is finally dwindling, and the lights of the Hollywood Bowl are coming up, signifying intermission time. And now, joining us again in our little booth off stage is our very good friend and your host for the evening, Marvin Miller.
Thank you, Jack. Isn't this a wonderful night of music here at the Hollywood Bowl? Before the start of our concert tonight, Jack told you that I would bring you a portrait in words of our conductor, Johnny Green. Johnny is probably best known to the music-loving public as a composer of such great hits as Body and Soul, Out of Nowhere, Coquette, and I Cover the Waterfront. Of course, there are many more of his songs that have made the hit parade, and I could probably spend the entire intermission discussing them, but I would like you to know a little more about some of the other aspects of his life. Along Tin Pan Alley, Johnny is ranked as a top arranger, orchestra leader, and solo pianist. Many of you have no doubt heard him at the keyboard on Command Performance. At present, Johnny is musical director at Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and despite the fact that this is a high position, he's always ready and willing to grant an audience without the usual red tape. No sixth secretary, just one and then Johnny Green. Here at MGM, Johnny plans on combining administrative work with his composing and conducting. His object, he says, is to produce good music more efficiently, more economically, and with fewer sleepless nights for those who produce the music and the pictures. If you know anything about Hollywood movie making, you'll understand how wonderful an idea that really is. If you're one of the many moviegoers who make a habit of checking screen credits, you've no doubt noticed how often Johnny's name appears as musical director. Some of the films to his credit are Broadway Rhythm, Bathing Beauty, Weekend at the Waldorf, and Easy to Wed. On the serious side of the musical ledger, Johnny Green has also scored successfully. His serious works have been performed by leading orchestras in this country and across the seas in England. You'll probably hear more of these compositions in the future. Well, I've spoken of Johnny Green's accomplishments in the field of music, so now let's take a more personal look at it. Johnny was born in New York City a little over 40 years ago, the son of a leading building contractor. He was educated at the Horace Mann School, the New York Military Academy, and Harvard University, where he graduated with a degree in economics at the age of 19. Personally, you'll never meet a better guy than our Johnny Green. He's always willing to give credit where credit is due, and only takes credit when he can avoid it. Although he has risen to great heights and holds an important position in the music field and in the movie industry, he's still just Johnny to everyone that knows him. To coin a song title from Rodgers and Hammerstein's South Pacific, he's a wonderful guy. Here at the Bowl, the musicians love him because their relationship is not that of conductor and orchestra, but musician and musician. As you've already heard, they give their full attention when he's on the podium, and because of their great respect for him, they play their very best. An example of his fine character was given here this evening when he insisted on the soloist, the chorus, and the orchestra taking the plaudits before he himself bowed to the audience. Such is Johnny Green, the man. You'll learn more of Johnny Green, the musician, as our concert progresses. But I see that the lights here at the Bowl are once again flickering, signifying the end of this intermission. So here again is Jack Little to tell you about the remainder of this Rodgers and Hammerstein concert.